How do you know that you're a woman?
It was first when I heard transgender persons describe their experience in their own words, and this was only about 2 years ago. Uh, Hearing somebody describe things, it was a woman from like England, describing her experience, her childhood, her teenage years, and it blew my mind to be listening to her because it was just some podcast that I was listening to while I was like doing laundry. But it blew my mind to hear somebody so eloquently and precisely describe things that I had experiences
What
that
was
I
the
had
description?
experienced.
What did they say?
All right. So first of all, listening to transgender people, and it was like, okay, this is a one-off, one person describing these things. Things like looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Hearing compliments like, you are such an example, like a positive masculine role model. And just hearing that and being like, it feels like they're talking about somebody else. It means feeling alone, even when you're surrounded by guys, even when you have a lot of friends. And I was active in like Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. I had great masculine role models my whole life. And yet I never felt like I belonged. I felt welcome.
Apparently, if you do these three things, you're a woman. Look yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself. Everyone go through this type of phases where you're looking in the mirror and you do not recognize the person that is facing the mirror. But that's very common. How is this state of mind affirming that you're a woman because you cannot recognize yourself in the mirror? That's ridiculous. We all know that there are times where you do not recognize yourself, especially when you body change. You grow up, you put on weight. There are lots of different reasons why you do not recognize yourself. Because life is not that easy. But people think that everything has to be easy. But that's not the case. The second reason is hearing you're such a masculine role model and not recognizing yourself in these words. Not all men are masculine. It doesn't mean that they are not men anyway. You can be a feminine man. You can be a not that masculine man. Not all men have to be masculine. So, if this sentence doesn't apply to you, that's fine. It doesn't make you a woman. And the feeling of being lonely, even when you're surrounded by other men, is very common. It is very common to all men. All men, at some point, go through terrible things. And it doesn't mean because when they are surrounded by other men, they still feel lonely that they are not men. I'm not sure how these three things added up make you a woman. It has nothing to do with womanhood. It doesn't change your body as a female body.